Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Voicebox, Voiceiyuu's official podcast. For today's guest, we have a graduating communication arts student majoring in speech communication. She is the current president of the UP Japanology Society and is also the communications and advertising officer in Voiceiyuu UP. Please welcome Miss Allana Rufo, a.k.a. Nana!
Hi, Cha. Thanks for having me.
Hi, Nana. So, kumusta ka muna?
I'm good. We just experienced an earthquake here in LB, but I'm glad I was with Voiceiyuu when it happened.
Aww. Pero oo nga, parang imagine mo na earthquake sa Jollibee pa natin naranasan.
True.
So yun, na-refresh ka naman siguro sa Jollibee na kinain natin kanina.
I've been craving for Jollibee for so long.
Lagi pa naman kasi ang haba-haba ng pila.
Would you like me to tell you what I had earlier?
Go lang, go.
I got the one-piece chicken with spaghetti and extra rice and iced tea.
You don't like soft drinks?
Yeah, I'm usually okay with soft drinks, but today I just felt like since I haven't had Jollibee in so long, I needed iced tea.
Aww. So, marami kang energy ngayon, huh?
Hopefully, because iced tea is full of sugar.
So yun. Okay, let's get started. So our first question is, Nana, what is JAPSOC?
The UP Japanology Society is a duly recognized socio-civic org based in the University of the Philippines, Los Baños. Our aim is to promote Japanese culture or the study of Japan, which we call Japanology, to the UPLB community and beyond.
Oh, so what things does JAPSOC do?
Since it is our goal to promote Japan's culture, we hold seminars and workshops and film showings and food festivals all related to Japan. For example, for food festivals, we have Japanese food. For our film showings, we show Japanese movies, whether they're live actions or animated films. And for our seminars and workshops, we invite speakers to talk about, for example, Japanese theater and so on and so forth.
So tell us more about Japanese theater. That sounds very interesting.
So actually, our seminar on Japanese theater is our most recent seminar. We had it last March. We invited an instructor from the Department of Humanities. His name is Sir Jeremy de la Cruz. He's a theater arts major from UP Diliman, and during his studies, he had the opportunity to learn under a No master. So No is one of the types of Japanese culture. So
Wait, how do you spell no?
No, it's spelled N-O-H.
Oh, okay then.
So No theater is characterized by masks and slow movements and heavy clothing. So during the seminar, Sir De La Cruz told us all about what he learned about No and how he himself was a performer.
So Japanese theater sounds really interesting. We should try it out sometime, no?
Yes, actually.
So what has been your favorite topic when it comes to these seminars you've conducted with JAPSOC?
In the 3 years that I've been with JAPSOC, I'd say my favorite seminar was the seminar we had on voice acting.
Yeah.
We invited 2 local dubbers, Ma'am Nika Rojo and Sir Bon Reyes. They're both freelance, so they work for ABS-CBN, for TV5, and all that. And during their seminar here, they also demoed some of their characters. If you know Ma'am Nika Rojo, she played the Filipino voice. She's the Filipino voice of Edward Elric, and Sir Bon Reyes is the Filipino voice of that guy in Slam Dunk, the one with the black hair.
I don't know Slam Dunk. I'm so sorry. All I know in Slam Dunk is Sakuragi.
Sakuragi, wait, the antagonist guy, the one with black hair. Wait, if I remember, I'll say his name later.
Ayan. What about the voice acting seminar did you like? Why did you like it the most?
I liked it the most because they discussed what it was like to be part of the industry. Like for Sir Bon Reyes, he's not just a voice actor, he also directs and he also writes scripts. So for me, as someone who was new to the field of voice acting, to the knowledge of it, it was nice knowing that there were those other areas in voice acting, not just the actual dubbing or the recording. There's also writing pala and directing. So it was really interesting for me. I remember now, the black-haired guy in Slam Dunk is Rukawa.
Unfortunately, that name still doesn't ring any bells for me. So
Crush siya ng bayan during the time Slam Dunk was airing, promise. Kasi Rukawa man.
prior to that seminar, how did you get into, or how did you have an interest in voice acting?
Well, since I've always been interested in Japanese, if I say Japanese anime is that weird, I'll just say anime. I've always been interested in anime ever since elementary school. And it was during high school when I started getting interested in seiyuus, or Japanese voice actors. During the time I was obsessed with Prince of Tennis, and in Prince of Tennis they released character songs for each of the characters.
Wow.
Since the songs themselves were interesting, I had to search who this voice actor was singing this.
Wow.
And that's how I found out about the world of seiyuus. And
But isn't Prince of Tennis tennis? A sports anime, but they have character songs?
yes, actually, it's a sports anime, but I guess because it was popular, when something is popular, you gotta make the most out of it. So they released songs so that the fans would buy them. They released musicals so that the fans would watch
Prince
them.
of Tennis had a musical?
Yep, they're called Tenimiyu. Tennis musical. Legit yan, promise ka, Tenimiyu. Check it out. It ran for like years. Like every year they had a new musical, and their cast had this thing where they graduate, and then another Ryoma, for example, would be another actor would be Ryoma, for example.
And I thought the Ace Attorney musical was good enough. Now we have a musical for Prince of Tennis. How very creative of the Japanese to make a musical about tennis.
Japanese theater is really interesting. Can you imagine how they did that on stage? Because of course it wouldn't have been possible with a tennis ball because it would be flying all over. So they had to pretend there was a tennis ball. Can you imagine?
So, was Prince of Tennis one of the shows that got you hooked into seiyuus?
And to say, I guess you could say that because my favorite voice actor from Prince of Tennis was Atobe's voice actor, Junichi Suabe.
Ooh,
And
the Suabe.
after, because he had the most character songs. So,
What?
he had the most available songs I could listen to. And he had a really good singing voice and acting voice. So, I got hooked on him. He was one of my first favorite voice actors. So, I searched him up. And I would actually watch animes that had him, play roles.
Actually, I think I also got hooked into him ever since I heard him in Fate Stay Night. He voiced Archer. Fell in love with his voice ever since.
Same. Fragile.
Actually, parang naging running joke nga na he's the one who's going to play the dark-skinned characters. Because he plays
naging type, like stereotype. That's his...
Archer, Aomine from Kuroko no Basuke, Hayama from Shokugeki no Soma. Do you notice the
nga.
trend?
Oh nga, no? Because when he was Atobe, he was a white-skinned character. Wait, white-skinned sounds wrong. He was a pale-skinned character.
Okay. Junichi Suwabe aside, who are your favorite seiyuus?
I'm glad you asked.
Go ahead.
Prepare for it. Well, most of them are guys. So there's Junichi Suabe. There's also Okamoto Nobuhiko. He voiced Noya from Haikyuu. Namikawa, yes.
Why did you not mention that he also voiced Usui from Kaichua Maid-sama?
I hope Kaichua Maid-sama fans don't kill me for this, but I didn't like it when he voiced Usui. Because when I read the manga first, and I was expecting this really suabe voice, but I didn't expect Junichi Suabe's voice. Gets naman. I just didn't expect Okamoto Nobuhiko's voice, but it was a good performance, just not my ideal voice for that type of character. My other favorite seiyus are Namikawa Daisuke. He's also in Haikyuu, he voiced Oikawa, but I loved him the first time I heard him was in Italia, as Italy, and I loved him in...
Wait, he's Italy?
Yes, he's
Oh my
Italy.
god, that's news for me.
Ito guys, he's North Italy and South Italy.
Wow.
And they both have different ranges, because North Italy has this sweet, childlike voice, and
The one who screams pasta.
and then South Italy is very brusque, he's rude, he uses sharp language. So like you could see the talent there of Namikawa and his wide range. If you want to be even more shocked, he also voiced Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter and Squealer from Shinsekai Yori, if anyone is familiar. Because Squealer is a mole rat, and his voice is very. Can you imagine?
I am shocked.
It was squeaky and breathy and a mix of that, and you wouldn't know it was Namikawa Daisuke unless you searched it up.
I am shocked because Squealer is one of the characters I hated the most in Shinsekai Yori.
Yeah,
primarily because of his voice. But that is an amazing show, everyone. You should watch it. Any more favorite seiyus to fangirl about?
Yes, actually, this next favorite seiyu of mine. Sometimes, most times, I really like his voice and everything, emotions niya. But then sometimes he's also really annoying for some weird reason. Kaji Yuki, everyone. Clap.
The voice of Kill All the Titans in Japanese.
Famous for Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. I also like him for most of his shonen voices are really nice naman kasi for me, kasi nafe-feel ko talaga yung ano niya, yung emotions niya. I feel like it's his stereotype.
Actually,
like we have a new shonen character, who do we get to voice him? Kaji Yuki.
I think the role that stuck me to the most to Kaji Yuki, aside from Eren, is the blonde boy in Noragami. Yukine,
yeah.
Oh,
Late lang ako ng sandali.
So yeah, parang doon ako tuwan-tuwa kasi that show kasama sa ni Hiroshi Kamiya, and sa Attack on Titan, Hiroshi Kamiya again. That's just a weird coincidence, right?
True.
Yeah, okay. So Kaji Yuki, yes. What else?
I hated Kaji Yuki. Okay, sometimes I say I don't like him, right? And he's annoying. I hated him in Brothers Conflict. Okay, first of all, why did I watch that, diba? Pero, he voiced the young...
Because it's a guilty pleasure show.
It's a guilty pleasure. It's like Utano Prince-sama, okay? Don't judge.
I'm not judging you.
He voiced the youngest brother, and he's supposedly Wataru. He's supposedly 10 years old, and hindi bagay yung boses ni Kaji Yuki kasi he sounded too old for a 10-year-old.
So what did he sound like?
He sounded like a 15-year-old. Eh, si Wataru parang very sweet siya. You know Kaji Yuki's voice, it's not sweet. Eren.
Yukine.
Diba?
Okay. So, we had...
Two more. I want to two more favorites.
Wait, let me just recap. You had Okamoto Nobuhiko, Namikawa Daisuke, you had Junichi Sowabe, Kaji Yuki, and who else?
I have, last two. I have a lot, but sige, last two. This next one, I get really emotional whenever I hear his voice. Nakamura Yuichi.
Oh boy. In my room, we could say that the panties drop when we hear his voice. Okay, let's list the famous characters Nakamura Yuichi has done, because it's impossible that regular anime watchers do not know him.
Let's see. He's voiced a lot, but recently kasi I've been watching also Matsu-san. He's Karamatsu, and because of him voicing Karamatsu, I'm a Karamatsu girl too.
Okay. I think, yeah, Nana, control your ano.
Sorry. yung voice quality niya kasi, it's so dead. Hindi mo siya deadpan, but it's so funny, but he's so serious. I think.
You think?
I think he's serious. Pero sobrang... wait, let me see if there are other... Wait, sino pa ba other voices?
My favorite role from him is Shinomiya from Shokugeki no Soma. To be honest, I did not like Shinomiya from the manga. I disliked him even more because he really sounded like an arrogant bastard who can fire anyone because he can. But it's just so sad because of him I began to like Shinomiya, which I am so conflicted about. Someone help me. I think the most unique role I've known from Yuichi Nakamura is the girl or the pseudo girl in Utano Prince-sama.
Yeah.
The pink-haired sensei.
Ringo! Or was it Ringo?
Ringo?
Ringo, I think.
Yeah.
I think she's named after Nakamura himself. Just so you know, he's also in Haikyuu. I basically love every voice actor in Haikyuu.
Actually,
he voiced Kuro from Nekoma, and oh my god. Do you know that part where we are the blood flowing in her bed? Oh my god. And he
Na
also
control your emotions.
oh my god, Nakamura Yuichi. He also voiced if you
Um,
know Gekkan Shoujo, he voiced Nozaki. That's the one I was telling you about earlier. Yung very serious siya, pero tatawa ka na lang sa kasi joke time siya. Parang ang joke niya talaga, pero seryoso siya. Sige, okay na. I'm
But it's
sorry.
nice that even though he does deadpan voices, he can also do hot-blooded shonen like Gray from Fairy Tail,
True.
right? Wasn't he also in Full Metal Alchemist?
He was Greed in Brotherhood. Not in the first, not in the original anime that's not faithful to the manga.
Okay, now I think we spent too much
Okay.
time fangirling on Yuichi Nakamura.
Okay, last na to. My last
your
favorite,
okay.
very famous voice actor, Kamiya Hiroshi.
Oh my god.
You know him, of course, as Levi from Attack on Titan. But that's not my favorite role of him. My favorite role of him is Natsume from Natsume Yujincho. Because he's such a pure boy. But then Kamiya Hiroshi is not.
Actually,
he has this, ang galing din ng range. Actually, yung range niya, you know it's him. But then,
also the texture, right?
diba? When you hear it, you know it's him. But then it still sounds different. May personality pa rin yung character that he voices. Like, he voiced Sensei from Haikyuu once again.
Oh, Take-chan Sensei.
Yeah, Takeda Sensei from Haikyuu. And he also voiced Yato from Noragami.
The partner with Kajiyuki. Again. For me, my favorite role for your favorite seiyuu, Hiroshi Kamiya, is Orihara Izaya from Durarara.
Yes.
I think,
classic
of course,
Kamiya Hiroshi voice.
I watched Kamiya Hiroshi in many different anime, but the only time his voice stuck to me was when he was Izaya in Durarara. Rarara.
It's 3 ras. Durarara. 2 exclamation points.
That was a very long series. That was a very screwed up series. So okay, you mainly mentioned male seiyus, no female favorites.
I used to have female favorites. The girl with the very soft voice, also Japanese voice actors. I forgot her name.
But there are so many voice actresses with very soft voices. The one
I
that
know,
stuck
wait.
me to most is Kana Hana.
Oh, but not Hanazawa Kana?
Yeah, she's
But-
my favorite.
There are female voices that I like, but then not to the point that I memorize their names, sadly. But if I remember, I'll tweet you guys on my Twitter account.
Follow her at-
You guys can follow me at twitter.com/lanachan.
Yes, Lana Chan.
It's Lanachan, but it's not a fangirling account, promise. It's legit. It's about my life in, as a student and everything, and my fangirling stuff. It's all there because I don't like hiding who I
Actually, a peer.
appear.
Peer. No. But who is your very top favorite voice actor among the ones you listed?
That's a very hard question.
I know, right? But just to help you, my favorite seiyus are mainly female, the opposite of yours.
Yeah.
It's Kanahana, I've mentioned it a while ago. Sawashiro Miyukichi, yes, I love her so much. And also Pai-chan, the one who voiced Maki in Love Live. But my ultimate favorite seiyu is Megumi Hayashibara. She voiced Haibara in Detective Conan. She also voiced Faye in Cowboy Bebop. She also voiced Anna in Shaman King. And she is also known as the Seiyu goddess in the anime community because you guys gotta watch those shows to know why she is called the Seiyu goddess. But yeah, it was a very tough decision for me to think of my very top Seiyu. But it's Megumi Hayashibara by far, even though she's not that active anymore. So,
If I had to pick one based on both my emotions and the seiyu's actual talent. Oh my god, this is so hard.
you just gotta choose one.
Okay, the first name that popped into my head is Nakamura Yuichi. So
If it wasn't obvious enough.
if obvious. I thought I fangirled about Nami Diana. Oh, well, it's okay. So it's Nakamura Yuichi for now.
The voice that makes the panties drop. Yo. Alright, so we've mentioned seiyus. How about characters this time? Your favorite characters in anime that have been voiced by other people?
Let's see.
Or film.
Voiced by other people. Let's see. one of my favorite anime characters is Tamaki So from Oran High School Host Club.
Oh, it's by Mamo.
Miyano Mamoru is like the top male voice actor on my anime list if you guys have an account there. But although I do like his voice, I feel like it's very uh, typecasted. If you notice, most of his roles are like blonde,
Bishonen.
B-shonens. But then I do like his voice though. He's very good at his emotions and everything.
Well,
Especially
that's a
Tamaki
good
though.
one, though.
I like Tamaki because of his actual character. He's very caring and he's obnoxious but he's very sweet. I don't know. I like people like that.
It's funny though because he's known for Tamaki. He's also known for voicing Light in Death Note.
Very different
Then
characters.
there's also Taichi from Chihaya Furu. Then there's also Rin from Free. Very wide range indeed.
I guess one of the things you could say that he has to improve on, despite his already being good enough, is his English. If you watched Free, but it was actually very good. But his English.
Oh, that episode where they went to Australia.
Yeah.
That was just so funny to be honest.
I'm so me. I feel like I don't have the hindi ko karapatan pagsabihan si Miyano Mamoru. But yeah.
Okay then. Okay, so we have Tamaki Suo. What else? Or who else?
Since I've mentioned Haikyuu earlier, two of my favorite Haikyuu characters are Sugawara Koshi, Suga, and Noya.
Oh, Sugamama.
I'll say Noya's full name also.
Yeah.
Nishinoya Yu. Oh my god. I
Best
love them
boy.
both.
Best boy indeed in Haikyuu.
True.
By far.
The pure. I was gonna say he's the purest of them all, but nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
In my heart now.
I think if it's purity you're talking about the Hinata.
Yes. My sunshine child.
You're a sunshine child.
Alright.
Okay, so one more.
Sige,
No.
one more. Sige, to maiba naman, babaeng character naman. I love Mankansho Kumako from Kill la Kill.
Ooh.
This is, I don't know if you could call her Ryuko's best friend, but I think you could, because like Ryuko's comfortable around her anyway. And I just love her bubbly character, and she's so cute. Like, hallelujah.
The love for Mako is so extreme. Like you have one side who really, really love her, and one side who really, really dislike her
Why?
because she's. Don't quote me on this. Annoying.
Oh well, there are characters like that.
But yeah, she's adorable.
I love her adorable side more than the annoying side.
Okay, so now we talked about voice actors, we talked about characters. Now let's talk about characters you want to voice. I'm pretty sure you have at least one.
Okay, at least one.
Like at least give me your very top dream role, whether it be in a fandom or an official project.
Currently, my dream role is Hinata from Haikyuu.
We love this show so much.
I love this show so much. Well, you didn't ask me what my favorite anime were, but
I think if I asked you, just the seiyuus you already listed so much. What more the anime?
I would ramble. Yeah, but Haikyuu is definitely one of them. And Hinata is one of my dream roles because when I watched the show, I really like Murase Ayumu's voice, and I felt like I could do that too. As mentioned earlier, I'm a member of Voiceiyuu, and ever since joining Voiceiyuu, one of the types of characters I wanted to do or master was shonen voice. Even though I feel like my voice has gotten higher through the years, but I felt like I could do Hinata because of the quality that Murase Ayumu had. Like I could visualize it. I just hope I could do it.
Okay. But isn't Hinata a boy and you're a girl?
Yes, but that doesn't mean that he's just because he's a boy doesn't mean he has to be voiced by a boy.
Exactly.
Diba?
You really love that sunshine child.
I know.
Speaking of voice acting is no. To be more accurate, dubbing is the bit more known part about voice acting here in the Philippines.
Actually, yeah.
So, what do you think of the voice acting situation here in the Philippines?
Since we did have the local dubbers for our seminar on voice acting, they gave us an overview of what the voice acting industry in the Philippines is like. And it's actually I'm not sure if I could use the word flourishing. Lately, I've been watching more and more Filipino dub because I actually like Filipino dub more than English dub, to be honest. Because Filipinos are really good at capturing the
Actually.
essence of Japanese of anime. Like
Guys, have you watched the free Tagalog dub? It's amazing.
thank you for the recommendation. I will watch it. Have you guys watched the Prince of Tennis Filipino dub?
Oh, I have to watch that one. I haven't watched Prince of Tennis
it's
actually.
pretty old, but maybe some of you guys have heard of the English dub of Prince of Tennis. If you know Fuji, his Japanese voice actor is Yuki Kaida, who is female. So in turn, Fuji had a very feminine voice, and in the English dub, they made his voice actor male who had a deep voice.
Oh my god.
Like, totally nawala yung essence of pagiging soft and feminine ni Fuji and badass. Kasi lalaki na agad yung boses niya. But in the Filipino dub, they got a female voice actor to voice him. And it really retained yung, oh my god, when you heard even though it was in Filipino, when you heard it, you knew it was Fuji.
Aww. You know,
I love Filipino
what I
dub.
really love about Tagalog dubs is that because we're Filipinos, it's gonna be a given that sometimes we're going to connect more with the language we're familiar with than let's say with Japanese, which is why I always recommend the free dub because, to be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of free at first, mainly because too much subtext was too much for me in season 1.
Fan service.
Yeah, actually. But I watched the Tagalog dub, and not only was I able to connect with the characters more, I really loved the emotional intensity that the actors put in there, especially the scenes where Makoto and Haru fight. Like that scene was just perfection, man. Like, Tatsun, I love you very much, but that scene was just blowing me away. But what else about the voice acting industry
The
can you
voice
comment
acting.
on?
Let's see.
How about the stigma?
The stigma, okay, let's talk about the stigma about Filipino dub.
Because Voiceiyuu has recently
go.
been experiencing a really, 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 really mixed response about that stigma here in the page.
Should we explain that? Do you guys want context? Of course you do.
Of course
So
you
we
do.
recently uploaded a video to our page. That's facebook.com/Voiceiyuu UP. And
Yeah, please like, guys.
There's 3 P's. It's a Filipino dub of Yuri on Ice. All the scenes where Victor and Yuri interact. And we've got a lot of mixed responses. And most of them, cringe at the fact that it's Filipino, or like say it's made from China.
Okay, that comment really hurt my feelings, to be honest.
It hurt. Okay, the stigma is because Filipino people are so hard to please. Let's say parang just because it's not Japanese, automatically it's bad. Feeling ko not even sometimes they don't even notice the language, like the fact that it's Filipino. They just notice that it's in another language and they think it's already bad. Tas, if it's in Filipino, it's worst because hindi daw nakaka-capture yung emotion.
which is totally wrong.
Well, for them, siguro na-miss nila yung point. Kasi, sometimes kasi when you listen to dub, di ba, nag-iiba yung translation and all that. Tapos siguro na-expect nila to hear the exact same things from the original anime. Of course, you won't hear the exact same things because it's being contextualized into the Filipino language. So, siguro yung disappointment lang nila na
It's a different interpretation.
it's a different interpretation. But it's actually, since nasabi nga ni Cha earlier, since we're Filipinos, we're able to feel or relate with Filipino dub more. I feel like they're just nami-miss lang nila yon.
Actually, parang, I read a comment once that, na-mention mo na, just, the Filipinos cannot capture the emotional intensity found in the original sub. Like, the commenter even said that it cheapens the show. I felt very offended at that fact because dubbers, voice actors act for a living. They're not going to do a poor performance for a show. I don't know.
Yung bias. Of course, may bias kami
Yeah.
because syempre it's our
No,
video.
no, seriously. I think when you say that the dubbing cheapens the anime, I think that's just very wrong since a lot of people work hard on dubs. Like, there's the script writers, there's the actors, there's the directors. It may be subjective since not all dubs are made with high quality due to scheduling, due to maybe a lack of voice actors here in the Philippines. But to say that all dubs cheapen the quality of the shows and they do not do it justice, maybe some of you can watch the show with more open minds, because some Tagalog dubs are really, really good. Like I'll recommend it again. The free Tagalog dub is amazing. And Nana, what do you recommend again?
I recommend the Prince of Tennis dub. I actually also recommend the SpongeBob SquarePants dub. Because they did it.
Wow! Really?
On TV5, yeah. They did a good job finding a voice actor for SpongeBob kasi. Like, I didn't expect that I would hear the same quality in the Filipino language. Andun pa rin yung pagka, ano niya, alam mo yung truthy voice ni SpongeBob.
Well, isn't it more nasally?
Or nasally ba? Nasally. Hindi ba si Squidward yung nasally?
I don't know
Yeah,
anymore.
basta nakuha pa rin nila. Yeah. Baka kasi it might be easier to find because it's still airing SpongeBob. But yeah, if you find Prince of Tennis online, I recommend you go watch it.
Although I will be honest that some dubs are not that good.
Oh well, yeah.
Let's be honest that not all dubs are really good, but but that doesn't mean that you have to say that all dubs are bad.
Yeah. I want to add something about your situation of voice acting here in the Philippines. If you notice, sa Japan, yung voice actors nila, as Cha mentioned earlier, they legit make a living out of being a voice actor. Hindi lang sila voice actor, they're also singers.
They're basically the celebrities.
They're basically celebrities over in Japan. And if you see an anime and you see the credits and everything, there's always one voice actor per character. But here in the Philippines, due to a lack of voice actors, you can see one voice actor voicing five in one show, which just means they're talented. Which may also mean that they're talented because they can change their voice.
But
It's of course it's tiring definitely because like I remember sa Attack on Titan nga sa Japan, Kaji Yuki would record one episode for 4 to 5 hours. That's one character. It's Eren. And here, can you imagine that for Filipino dub? One voice actor, 5 characters,
4 to 5 hours in a booth.
for let's say 2 hours each. That's exhausting. Like, feeling ko lang talaga yung mga voice actors here in the Philippines, they don't get
Enough credit
for their work. Especially lately, I've been watching cartoons nga sa TV5. Pag yung tingin ng credits, pinuputol nila agad.
Oh, that's so true.
Diba? Or you don't get to know kung sino yung mga voice actors na to. They don't get enough credit talaga.
To be honest, like in Japan, do you know how much seiyuus are getting paid? Especially the class A ones. Let's just say that it can reach up to 6 digits.
Seryoso ba?
Yes.
Yen.
Especially class A. What do you mean yen?
6 digits. Had to make that clear because if it was just 6-digit dollars, it's definitely a higher amount than 6-digit yen. So I just wanted to clear that up, and now that it's been cleared up, I'm shocked.
well, it's because class A seiyuus, it's really rare for them not to get one show per season. Like, it's very common for them to get at least 2 to 3 shows per season with a major role. The situation between the two countries is so vast. Like, can you imagine that there are so many schools, so many voice acting schools in Japan, then there are actual colleges and universities?
Whoa. So I had to take a moment because, whoa. Wait.
Maybe I'm exaggerating that maybe they're not that many, but it's because people really see being a seiyuu as an actual job.
I guess you could say it's a factor as well because in Japan they produce anime, so there's always a new batch of animated series that's looking for seiyuus compared to here in the Philippines where we usually get imported series which we Filipino dub. So maybe it could also be a factor for why there's less jobs for voice actors here.
I still remember the Tagalog dub for the Harry Potter series. Childhood, right there. Oh my god, I didn't expect this conversation to get so long. That was one long conversation we had about voice acting, don't you think? Okay, so on our next segment, we will have Nana do character impressions. So for the last segment of this podcast, we're going to have Nana do some showcase of her voice acting chops. Okay, so the game's simple. I'm just gonna say a character or an archetype. Then Nana will do her best to do an impression of the character or archetype I'll be saying. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay then. Ready?
Ready.
Okay. First character. Do a tsundere.
I never said I loved you. You must be so high on that throne of yours to think that I would say that. Mommy.
Oh my god. That's a very sorry.
I'll never get invited to the show again.
Don't say that. That was a really good tsundere you did. Okay, next character. Do a character impression of Katara from The Last Airbender.
Aang, I know you're confident with your powers, but this battle's too great. We can't lose you here.
Yes, that was Nana's Katara, everybody. Okay, last two characters. Cringe ka, grabe. Okay, next, do loving grandmother voice. Go.
Grandma baked some cookies for you, dearie. Would you like some milk to go with that?
That was one adorable grandma. Thank you. Why do you sound so shy suddenly?
Sorry, when it's about my talents, does it even exist?
Well, like
I'm sorry.
well, my motto is no amount of talent ever beats hard work. Plus, you have a really cute voice, so.
This is why I joined Voiceiyuu, because like on my own I suck, but with these guys, I can improve. Thank you, chat. Thank you so much.
Anytime. Okay, last voice and the voice I've been wanting you to do since the beginning of this podcast. Do your Hinata Shoyo voice.
May mataas na pader sa harap ko. Ano kayang makikita sa kabila? Ang tanawin sa taas. Hindi ko to makikita na mag-isa. Pero kung may kasama ako, baka lang makita ko ito.
Okay, that was Nana, everybody. Round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Did you enjoy the little game?
I enjoyed it, but did they? I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much for having the podcast with us, our very first guest. We talked a lot today about voice acting, about Japsock, about our favorite seiyuus, Yuichi Nakamura,
Emotional.
and of course our favorite character that you want to voice, which is your little sunshine child.
Hinata Shoyo.
So when will you be back?
Hopefully I will be back if Chad invites me again, which I hope she does.
Hopefully by that time she will not have a hard time doing her tsundere voice.
Hopefully.
And she will now know who Jessie is.
Shame on me. I'm sorry I don't watch Pokemon, but I am aware that it's a very famous anime. I mean, game.
Anyway, that was all for today. Thank you and see you next week on another episode of Voicebox. Yeah! Bye!
Bye.